They need to remove all minions from all minion builds from every single ARPG, and every ARPG will instantly be a lot better game.
Spectres for damage completely fucked over. I'll probably make a Primal Crush Skull build because it's sturdy, but I'm gonna put that as a low tier build. It will still function, but it's nothing I would specifically be happy to recommend to anyone.
Maybe that is why they felt the need to like make this event so hard.
So normally I would just go straight into the edited video, but I feel like Turong Spectres need their own introduction gameplay wise. People have always said for a long time that Spectres are dead, and they are not. Spectres are not dead this patch. The cool thing about these Spectres, and we're going to go over it in a bit, is how innately tanky they are and how great they are for mapping. In my entire time playing this build, this entire Mayhem League, these Spectres have never died once. And this is with me only taking 2 defensive wheels on the tree and with no extra life on gear for minions. These things are extremely tanky, and that's their greatest quality, and I'm willing to give up some mapping speed for never having to desecrate a Spectre ever again for the rest of my life. The 2 biggest skills that we are actually scaling on Turongs are going to be their Fireball skill and their Spirit Bomb skill, for lack of better verbiage. The Fireball skill is these really quick projectiles. They're small, you see them every now and then. They're the smaller explosion. Those scale really well for mapping, and they're really good for clearing huge amounts of packs in a wide radius. Their other skill, the Spirit Bomb, is a very pretty build, and it kind of causes some eye cancer on the screen, but it is a full-on fireball explosion, does flat fire damage, and has a 100% chance to ignite with an extra 50% more damage scaling on the ignite. But Gary, does it have any weaknesses? Yes. The biggest weakness of Turongs is that they have too many skills that can scale greatly, and you need to choose 1 or 2 of them. In our case, we're choosing to scale the 2 Fireball skills, which are very good, but you have to actually balance them out with a plethora of mediocre skills that in of themselves aren't mediocre, but drag the whole Spectre down because all of them get used. Interestingly, it actually provides a cool gameplay loop having to manage range with them using Convocation. So you're constantly in a rotation of convocating and moving to keep your Spectres away from the boss so they're more prompted to use their ranged skill they are actually scaling the damage on. And because they're not using their melee skills, we don't need accuracy. But Gary, you said they were tanky. What do you mean? Our Spectres are going to be hella tanky. Even at Spectre level 19 for an eye level 68 Spectre, you end up with a base HP of 33,000, which is insane, and we're going to take full advantage of that. Also, for you min-maxers out there, an eye level 78 Spectre has over 95,000 HP, which is, pretty good. Gary, I can't find Turongs in POB. Where are they? What's up with my glasses? So in the list of monsters available on PoE to use as Spectres, Turongs are not actually on there. In order to use Turongs in PoE, you have to edit the .lua file in your PoE folders. However, on PoEDB, to find the correct .lua information, it's missing. The base files are there, however the actual numbers for damage scaling is not. So, unfortunately, you can do paper math, but the actual hard math in PoE, you have to calculate manually, and you're kind of out of luck. So, good luck! Wow, I'm convinced! Can I have a POB for it? Nope, I'm not giving you a POB. Wait, what? Aren't you a content creator? Like, what's the point? I'm not going to be giving a POB for my build about Turong Spectres, not because I'm selfish and I want to hide all the good stuff, but right now, I believe that the Path of Exile community is too reliant on online content creators to make their builds for them. The best part about Path of Exile is the ability to make a build. If all you do is copy and paste the most meta builds or the most fun looking builds, and that's all your engagement is with the Path of Exile build creation system, I feel like you are doing yourself a disservice. If you liked the look of this build, if you liked me playing it on stream, make it yourself. There's a million ways you can scale these things. You could go pure ignite, you could scale fire projectile damage like I do, you could go with their melee attacks and go accuracy. There's a ton of ways that you could even go crit. I feel like the Path of Exile community could do a better job of making their own builds, and we should be using online content creators as a way to give inspiration. I don't want anyone to copy this build one for one, mainly because this was my wand. Yeah. You can do better than that. You can make the build better. You can make it more tankier. You can make it more damager. But I want you to do it, and that's my goal. When I make a build on YouTube, no longer will I be providing a POV. If you want to see my build and have questions about it in action, you're free to watch the stream and I will answer every single question you have. I'll even show you probably the POV live of what I'm doing right now on stream. I feel like I have the responsibility to encourage and foster a build making community in Path of Exile, even from a casual perspective, and I want you to be part of the process, and that means unfortunately, you can't cheat on your homework. You could say you're feeling the weight of building in Path of Exile.